Welcome to Homebrew Magic, a video series about EDH where we do our best to build unique, fun, or just plain silly deck lists to play against each other, followed by a breakdown of how they did so we can all learn and get better at this game that we love.
I brought back my kitty. No kitty. Sovereign Ahau. Again, the sound the cat makes right before he throws up on your carpeting. So this is my green-white, I don't know, kind of bullshit annoying creatures, but with some combat stuff to actually try and close out the game. Chris, what'd you do?
I also have green-white annoying creatures.
Why here?
But also blue annoying creatures. It's my Bant Fairies deck, led
Kellan
by
the
Kellan
Kid.
the Kid.
As I sail.
Fairy tribal.
Nice.
Teach?
What up, I'm it's your boy Teach. And I have recently decided to alter the way I rotate my decks. One thing I'm trying to do is not repeat colors every week if it can be helped. And then I also want to bring back decks that I haven't played very often quicker. So, deck that has only made an appearance twice out of all of the decks that I have. It's Orvar, the All-Flame.
Nice.
All-Formed, excuse me, yes.
Nice.
Yes, this is kitties. This is fairies.
That's whatever Nelson's playing.
It's
Arguably
blue,
dragons.
annoying stuff. It's a dragon. It has changeling. Nelson, what do you have?
I brought back Saheeli the Gifted
Oh, nice.
because I felt like playing a glass cannon.
That is your style.
We'll see what happens
That's my style.
tonight on an all-new
Blowing and smashing.
touched by a planeswalker. I will draw. We'll play a mountain, and I will pass the turn to my friend Chanel.
Was it Vraska?
Draw.
With her little hair things? Because I see what Jace sees.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Snakeheads. Canopy Vista enters tapped unless I control two or more basics. I do not. It is. Go ahead, Chris.
She can really get that prostate.
For the turn,
Yes, you can.
I will.
Hair job.
Classic. That all chestnut.
So if anyone out there is looking to replace these assholes and play Magic with me, you have
I'll
my number.
play in Evolving Wilds, and I'll crack it and pass.
Alright. One type up, you draw.
Grab an island.
Untap.
Please confirm that
Die.
Tej made Tej lose the game.
Best removal is player removal.
Island. Into Soul Ring.
Back on this bullshit.
Oh,
Into Arcane Signet.
Jesus Christ!
Into Wayfarer's Bow.
Oh!
How fair you mulligan.
Secret Commander Chiskoria. That's true.
Untap, upkeep,
Jeez.
draw.
Horse.
Darksteel
That
Citadel.
changes what I'm gonna do.
Oh, here we
Pay
go
2
again.
Impact Tremors. Go Schnell.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
T. I'm always the first one up.
Land for the
Fuck
turn.
it. Arch enemy.
Nope. I understand why it happens. Don't get me
Everflowing
wrong.
Chalice with a single charge counter upon. Go ahead, Chris.
I understand why it happens.
Thank you for making me feel less bad about it.
It doesn't mean I don't feel frustrated every now and then. If the cards didn't want to be played,
Let's see if we
they
can-
wouldn't be in the deck.
Let's see if we can't slow Orvar down a little bit. Hushbringer.
Be rule of law.
1/2
Oh,
flying
easy.
lifelink. Creatures entering the battlefield or dying don't cause abilities to trigger. That's
Nope.
fair.
I don't think that affects Orvar.
Not
at
a
all.
bit.
I dream.
You sure
Is it-
can, buddy.
Abilities of creatures or abilities period?
Creatures entering the battlefield.
No. Okay, sorry. Entering or leaving the battlefield?
Or dying. Entering or dying.
Creatures entering the battlefield or dying don't cause abilities to trigger.
Okay, alright.
So he shuts off.
Yeah,
impact
this is turned
tremors.
off right now, right.
I'll play a Commander Sphere. Then I will pass the turn to Nelson while I activate this Wayfarer's Bubble.
I'm not going to do anything with your 17 mana. Untap, upkeep, and draw.
Island on the battlefield tapped.
Land for turn will be an island. And I will pass the turn to my friend Schnell.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Excuse me.
Home keeps burping.
It's me this time. I apologize. Plains as my land. We'll go with a Loran of the Third Path. does nothing when it enters the battlefield because of Chris. And then we're also going to Stone of Erik. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. And then I can pay 2, tap it, and sack it to exile target player's graveyard and draw a card.
Ooh, that might be relevant.
Go ahead, Chris. My third path ain't doing shit.
Force. Oh, cast my commander. Kellan the Kid, 3/3 flying lifelink. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, you may cast a permanent spell with equal or lesser mana value from your hand without paying its mana cost. If you don't, you may put a land from your hand onto the battlefield.
You may what?
Put a land from my hand onto the battlefield.
I don't know if you actually said that backwards or if it was just my stupid ears. We'll check the tape later. But if you said it backwards, it's going to be real funny. You're going to look so stupid.
Teach.
What?
Teach for what?
I said you're going to look stupid.
Idiot.
One life.
One lifelink. Healing.
Now I'm life leader. Tried to take some heat off of you.
Yeah.
I decided I want to join the resistance.
I assume you passed
Are you
them.
done?
Yes, pass.
Okay.
By resistance, I mean Evil Empire. You're the Evil
I was
Empire.
going to say, you're leaving the resistance.
Draw. Island is my land for turn. I'm going to tap the command sphere to float a blue mana. I'm going to sacrifice it to draw a card. I'm going to pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Play a Shivan Reef as my land for turn.
Third path was going to pop his sword in the ETB.
No, it wasn't.
I know.
Pay 4 for a Storm the Vault. Whenever one or more creatures I control deal combat damage to a player, I create a treasure token, and at the beginning of my end step, if I control 5 or more artifacts, I transform Storm the Vault. Go Schnell.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Land of the turn will be this tapped Myriad Landscape. Then...
Hey, Teach.
Yeah.
Use a bitch.
We're going to
That's
manage
it. That's all I got.
Mana
Okay.
Roger Hydra. 1/1 Trampler. Whenever a player casts a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on the Hydra.
Banana Gargler Hydra.
Banana
Yep.
Gargler. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh! Which, oddly enough, is the same sound as cat makes.
When it gargles my banana.
Mana for a
Thornwind Fairies.
Mind Stone.
Trigger. You cast a spell. Banana Hammock swallows one.
Nothing. 3 commander damage in the air.
Cool. Feels
3
good.
lifeline.
Feels so good.
Commander? Lifelink.
God, all right, those modifiers.
Look at that. Oh, it's so automatic. It's hydromatic.
Then I will pay 2 mana.
The chicks
I
will cream.
Foretell stuff.
Pretty slightly.
That's not casting.
That's
That's
turn.
thinking about casting.
Doom Scar. Doom Scar.
Is it not casting? Check the reminder text quick.
You may pay 2 and exile this from your hand face down. Cast it on a later turn.
Got it. Okay. All right.
I know what cards are.
I don't. Land for turn is this island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Gross.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I got 5.
5.
I got 5 on
8. Pass turn.
All right. Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
Get him.
Land for turn will be an island. Pay 5. And I'm going to cast Gilded Lotus. And I will pass the turn to my friend Snow.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep, draw.
Now, kitty.
Should play the kitty.
Bad kitty.
Should play the kitty. Not yet. So, green. Oh, I want to do that. So yeah, we will do the kitty. Kitty.
Meow.
Sovereign. 3/4 Cat Noble has Ward 2. When it attacks, each creature I control with a power greater than its base power gets a number of +1/+1 counters on that creature equal to the difference. I will go to combat. Chris, 3/3 trample.
Yeah. Taking it.
Got him. End of everything. Go ahead.
Don't.
When Sovereign has to attack,
Oh, okay.
he attacks with them.
Got it.
Yeah.
But
So,
he can't because it's a kitty.
he kitty.
So close. Brush land will be my land for the turn.
That's what you thinking about over there. You're real quiet.
Honestly, the thing that just popped in my head was the last time I played this deck, I Emrakul poor Chris.
Yep. Teach. 3 commander damage coming at you.
You got it.
3
Lifelink.
Yep.
Commander.
Who's my arch enemy? Who should I be hating on for no reason?
Probably me.
Yeah, not
I
no
think
reason.
Chris is my arch enemy.
I think I'm everybody's arch enemy somehow. And yet, Nelson has a higher win percentage than me. I don't get it.
Because you knock players out, Nelson just wins the game magic.
I just swoop in.
Yeah.
Pass turn.
No spells cast. Why would?
Draw for turn. Oh, this is not working. Not coming up. Me, Teach.
It's me. Tender.
Tender.
Let's see. 3 worth it. I don't think you are. Not yet. Pass turn?
Jesus.
I know.
Cast spells and make my Gorger.
Gorge.
You brought her.
Yeah, you Gorger.
Untap, upkeep, draw. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Which actually, I don't know if I counted Sovereign or not. Of the 2 spells. No, I think
Is it a player or is it opponent?
Whenever a player
Oh.
casts a spell, I put a counter on it. So my spells count too. I don't remember if I got it, but that's fine. If I missed a counter, that's on me.
Pay 4 to cast my commander.
That's one.
I'm going to plus her 1 to create a servo, and then I will. Hushbringer's still out there. I will pass the turn to Snow.
Before the end of your turn, I will activate Loran of the Third Path. Nelson, you and I may draw a card.
Oh.
Aw.
Go.
Nelson actually cast a spell on his turn and made my Hydra bigger.
Okay.
Untap, upkeep,
If I knew
draw.
that was the deal.
You just gotta rub it the right way.
Yep.
Like Christina said, it's a
He is-
genie in a bottle.
He is my Hydra Engorger. Land for the turn, planes. We will cast Behemoth Sledge.
Gross.
That'll put a counter on the
Is
Hydra.
that like the armadillo cloak type thing?
Yeah, +2/+2 trample lifelink.
Don't like that.
I will move to equip it upon my Sovereign.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Oh,
What are you casting? Behemoth Sledge?
yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Okay. Move to equip upon my commander.
Servo.
Okay.
tell me.
We will go to combat.
Can I see your commander real quick?
Yeah. Ward
I'm
2.
just curious.
Ward 2, leave him alone.
That's alright. Doesn't matter. I don't care.
Okay. Okay, going to combat. The Managorja Hydra is coming at Chris. The Behemoth Sledge equipped Sovereign is going at Saheeli.
It's got trample.
It has Trample, Lifelink, and there's a trigger. So the Managorja Hydra will get 4 counters because it is currently 4 higher
Jesus.
than its total, And my commander gets plus 2 counters because he is too high of a
You should have countered this.
How big is the
If I
height
had
now?
one.
It is a
9-9?
9/9 trampler.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay, I had to do this.
Oh, Nelly.
That's
I'm sorry.
no.
I'm sorry.
I'm
but,
sorry.
I was just gonna take the 5, but 9 is getting a little crazy.
Yeah.
I will cast Rip the Seams. Destroy
Gets a
target
counter?
destroy target tapped creature.
Okay. Targeting the Hydra.
Yes.
It's a 10/10. Okay, destroyed it.
That is now on an
I
egg
mean, I guess I'll just keep
And
the
4
servo
Kellan.
since she's gonna die anyway, right? Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You gain how much?
Too much.
Okay. And no one else had creatures that die.
3,
I
4,
gained
5.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh god. What kind of monster has lifelink on the commander?
Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, that guy does.
That guy.
What an
That
idiot.
guy who is still almost lively here.
Let's see here. Land for the turn.
That's monsters of dude.
Island.
Nelson. I'm sorry. I gave you a card and then took your commander away.
I
Them's
will
the
cast
The Lord giveth.
Journey On. Sorcery. Adventure. Create X map tokens, where X is 1 plus the number of opponents who control an artifact.
So that's us. 4. It's us.
So I'll get
the whole time.
4 map tokens.
What do map tokens do?
Sacrifice them to
Explore?
make a creature explore.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
They're both stupid and neat.
Then I will pay 2, and I will cast Kellan, Daring Traveler. He is a 2/3 human fairy scout. And when he attacks, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card with mana value 3 or less, put it into your hand. Otherwise, you may put it into your graveyard.
Is this Kellan tribal over here?
They're all fairies.
Kinda.
And there's very few green fairies, so I was playing every one.
Very few.
Got it.
Let's kill Teach.
No.
Cast trigger. I cast a spell from somewhere other than my hand.
Yep.
So I can put something with mana value 2 or less. If I don't, I can put a land. I will choose to put a land. Then I'll move to combat.
You hit me, I'm gonna hit you back harder.
Does that ensure you will not hit me if I don't hit you?
Yes. To a degree. You either make yourself
It's another degree all-in
you
moment.
either make yourself the target or you remain a target. Nelson has a servo and Teach is building up for something.
I'm not doing shit.
I don't believe that.
I know you don't,
For
but
a
it's true.
second. For a second.
I will pay 4 mana. I will cast this fairy. It's just a 3/3 flyer.
Okay.
Another Kellan trigger. Just play another one.
Cards in hand? None? Nice.
Now
Combat.
back to combat. Okay.
No, yeah, sorry.
No, that's fine. You do that during your first main phase. It's
Yeah.
fine. Nothing's happened. You're good.
When somebody says they're going to combat, I change the table view so you can see the whole thing.
Oh.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to make my 4 map tokens and cast a Teach.
All right. End of your turn, Chris. I'm going to crystal spray something you have. It doesn't matter. I just want to draw a card.
Told you he's building to something.
Shot it all
Nope.
over.
Just want to draw a card. Cancel. Pass. Pass. Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw.
I didn't bring my tokens.
Oh.
And I also didn't bring a dry roast or what erase marker.
Son of
Nelson
an
has
asshole.
Expo pens.
I got you, boo.
Brought to you by Expo. The Expo.
Whoa!
Oh,
It's slippery like a fish.
Whoa.
What that means. I mean, I know what it means. I don't know why that
Slippery
came
like a
up. You're on a lamprey over there? Oh, it's a fancy
It's a
map.
map.
Fancy map.
fuck it.
You drawing
Bastard.
Fluke Man from that one episode?
The X-Files? Fuck yeah, dude. One of my favorite episodes.
I don't know what that reference is either.
Give me nightmares.
It's a fluke worm,
Yeah.
but it's a man.
But it's a man with a fluke of a face.
I think was it called Fluke? Episode may have been called.
I think it's your turn. You should do that.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I passed.
I didn't hear you. Sorry, we're talking X-Files. I got all fucking excited. Untap, upkeep, draw. I'll play a Cascade Bluffs. That's my land for turn.
I just made Cascade Bluffs and dirty in my head.
Fucking man of singular talent.
As well you should. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, I missed some lines on my map token.
You're never gonna find it.
No.
I'm going to pay 5 for Mirrorworks.
Why is it curving around instead of just going straight?
Obviously, there's.
That's a question that has
geographical-
layers. Actually.
What are you, my urologist?
1, 2, 3. 3. Ghost Snow.
Okay.
Go for it.
Wait, hold on.
I'm counting my artifacts.
Okay.
3 Ghost Snows. No, wait, 4.
It doesn't. It has no.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nelson, before the end of your turn, you and I can draw a card.
God damn it.
Am I gonna get
cards in hand.
fucking smooshed again?
Then I draw for my turn. Hey, one of the new cards. Not this one.
Same as the old cards?
Nope, worse. Authority of the Consuls.
The host.
So,
Creatures intercept.
creatures my opponent's control enter the battlefield tapped. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, I gain
That's
a life.
Fluke Man.
Oh, okay. So it was an actual X-Files
Green.
reference.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
It sounded like something
4.
referencing X-Files.
I see.
Just some sort of internet thing I wasn't aware of.
Ochre Jelly for 4.
I like ochre jelly.
4/4 is so currently is a 4/4 trampler. When it dies, if it had 2 or more +1/+1 counters on it, create a token that is a copy of it at the beginning of the next end step. The token enters the battlefield with half that many +1/+1 counters on it, rounded down.
All right, I've got a response to that.
Oh. You want one too?
I'm going to remand it. It goes to your hand, but I get to draw a card.
Boo.
No, not boo. I get to draw a card.
I'm gonna go to combat. Tej, I'm sending my commander at you.
I deserve it.
Trigger, it is a 9 power lifelink.
Commander.
Yep.
Lifelink.
That Ochre Jelly felt real fucking good in this deck. And it still might.
It's, yeah. You still do it.
Yeah, fucking.
I didn't deserve it that much.
Go ahead, Chris.
Draw a turn. Very stupid.
Very stupid. Thank you, Tej.
I'm going to sacrifice a map to have Threadbind click Explore. I believe it's reveal the top card. Or no, look at it. If it's a land, I can reveal it and put it into my hand. And if it's not, I can choose to keep it on top or put it in the graveyard.
Explore? No, something +1/+1 counters.
Well,
If I
Got it.
don't put it
Okay.
into my hand, like if it's not a land,
Okay.
then I put a 1/1 counter something.
Sacrifice, it's pay 1, tap and sacrifice the artifact. Target creature you control explores, activate only as a sorcery. Reveal the top card of your library. Put that card into your hand if it's a land. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Then put the card back or put it in your graveyard. So which creature's exploring?
Threadbind click.
Getting a Cloud of Fairies.
No, I'm putting that in the graveyard. Threadbind click. It's +1/+1 counter. I will explore second time. Collector's Vault. This will get another 1/1 counter. I will leave this one on top. Then I will sacrifice my Mindstone to draw a card. Draw the Collector's Vault.
That's a Trazen card, isn't it? 40k. Right?
No.
No?
That's from Wilds of Eldraine.
Really? I would be surprised if there wasn't one in the Necron deck.
Then I will move to combat. No, 5 in the air.
Yeah.
Alright, after attacks but before blocks. What is it?
It's a 5/5 flyer.
Is it snow?
No.
It is now.
Got him.
Thermal Flux. I'm going to draw a card at the beginning of next turn's upkeep. Proceed.
Cool. I'll take 5.
Okay. Spinning wheels here, boys.
I think that we're all afraid to attack you because we feel bad. Except me, I hate you for 9.
Second main. I'll explore once more.
With who?
My command.
Thank you.
What the fuck was that?
It's a ruler. You've never kicked a ruler with a walking cast? It has a very distinct sound.
I do reveal.
It sounded like ass.
Ancestral Vision.
This is the divider between Chris and I. It's my Menard's ruler.
Alright, I will pass turn.
Alright. Cancel. Pass.
There we go.
Untap. Upkeep.
You
Draw a
just stick
card.
Right here.
Draw for turn. No fucking dicks.
Nelson, you want to get rid of Hushbringer so I can have some ETBs?
I'd love to.
Land for turn is Cavern of Souls. Choose a creature type. I'm going to choose.
Brushwags. Robots.
Thinking about what's in the deck.
Toy.
Wizards.
Feldegrif. Summon
If
Ali from Cairo.
my wizards can't count.
Summon Chandler.
Yep. There's one too.
That's who Chandler's just a human now. What do I know?
Probably a human rogue.
Master. Yep.
What's he doing over there?
Literally nothing.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. 1, 2.
Ready to wear.
Okay.
I'm gonna pay 3. Actually, let's do this. I'm gonna pay 3. I'm gonna cast a Founder Inspector. Oh shit. So does
You don't get
Hushbringer
one.
turn? Does Hushbringer turn off a May effect? Because it's whenever it enters the battlefield. I didn't even think of that. Fucking A. Whenever another non-token artifact enters the battlefield, I may pay 2. So does that get turned off, or can I still do that? I have to
Because
pay
that's an
for it?
artifact.
But it's a
Although it's
creature.
an artifact creature.
Creatures entering the battlefield don't cause.
Yeah, so
Abilities
the
to
mirror
trigger.
works will not trigger because it's a creature triggering it.
Fucking dumb.
Well, whenever another non-token
non-token
artifact.
But,
Yeah,
it's
an
a
artifact
creature that's
Yes.
doing it.
That will not do it. But
Triggering.
further artifacts will.
Non-creature artifacts.
Non-creature
Non-token,
artifacts.
non-creature
Okay,
artifacts.
whatever.
Non-token.
Okay, so I will pay 1 then. Is it Signet?
That will trigger it.
Yeah, mirror works the hell out of that.
And I'll pay 2. Good. To get another Is it Signet?
Hell yeah! You
Um,
can tap the Signet to get a Signet.
Use the
Signetception.
stones to destroy the stones.
I'm going to.
Rock the potty that rocks your body.
Weird.
Oh, you said rock the potty that rocks your body.
That's what I heard.
Okay.
That's how they say in the song to make them rhyme.
I'm gonna
What was that?
enter combat, leave combat, pass my turn. Go to my end step, passing the turn to
Before the
Snow.
end of Nelson's turn, Chris and I can draw a card.
Fucking big shit, cock-ass titballs.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep.
It was either that or rock the party that rocks your Barty. So,
Your Lombardy.
Land for the turn forced. We got a real one. We're going to Rule of Law. Each player can't cast more than one spell each turn.
This is a Nelson deck over here?
Oh my.
I've got a response to that.
Mono blue player has a response to a spell being cast?
I'm going to delay that.
So
Counter
it's
it.
Suspended.
Suspended with 3 time counters on it. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend.
And then at the end of suspend, it's cast again, right?
Yep.
It's not just put into play or whatever.
Correct.
3 suspend.
That is correct.
Can't have nice things.
You can in 3 turns.
You can. That's not a nice thing.
It's nice for us.
Not for me. Teej. Maybe you should have let me draw some cards.
You know, now that you say that, I'm going to go to combat. Chris, my commander's coming again.
How big is it?
13, 14.
Rolls.
Trample lifelink?
Trample lifelink.
Have to tap my brush land for a white. I'm sure he's got responses.
I don't. I don't run responses.
Settle around. It's your one guy. Exile all attacking creatures, and you search your library for that many basics, put them on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Did you give me the brush line damage?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
But he has ward.
I knew that came in tap for a reason.
Yeah, because of
the
authority. My authority. Authority. Our authority. Well, since I'm not going to have 13 more life than I was planning on.
This changes everything.
This changes most things. I'm going to activate Myriad Landscape to grab 2 basics that share a land type. I'm just going to get 2 more forests and put them on the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. And then... What? Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Chris.
Just wait. Okay. Main phase sword something?
You don't know me.
No, you're right, I don't.
You may know my cats, but you don't know my story.
I know my pussies.
Keep track of who's wrong me most recently. It was Deej.
Was it?
No, it was both of you.
Was it?
What was it?
I didn't wrong you, I just delayed you.
Oh, move to combat. The Threadbind Click will go at Schnell. Kellan the Kid will go at Nelson. Kellan Daring Traveler and Hushbringer will go at Teej.
Uncalled for.
Attack trigger on Kellan Daring Traveler. When he attacks, reveal the top card of your library. If it is a creature card of mana value 3 or less, put it into your hand. Otherwise, you may put it into your graveyard. If it is a creature 3 or less, I will put it into my hand. It's a 1/3 flying vigilance with an instant that mills for, then put an instant sorcerer or fairy card from among the milled cards into your hand.
Alright. I have no response to attacks.
It is 3 damage coming in.
Neither do I.
3 commander
Just
evil,
hanging out.
Alright. I will take 3.
one of which is life.
I'll take 1 more lifelink. Alright, Nelson.
3 commander.
3 commandy. Lifelink?
Yes.
Check all the boxes. Hold on, I don't feel it.
Schnell.
5 coming at me.
Lifelink?
Nope.
Alright.
Chris is now back to life leader. I hope
Second
everyone
main.
is paying attention to that
Oh, I am.
and subsequently gets him.
cast Notorious Throng. Put X 1/1 Black Fairy Rogue creature tokens with flying into play, where X is the damage dealt to your opponents this turn.
Neat.
3, 6, 12, 11.
So you get 11 1/1.
Yes. If Notorious Throng's prowl cost was paid, take an extra turn after this one.
Did you pay it?
I did.
Because you hit
Because I hit
rogues.
rogue.
All right.
So,
I will get 11 of those 1/1s.
Yep.
do you have a response?
No.
11 creatures and an extra turn, you say?
Yes.
Feels like something you should respond to, Nelson.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay 2 and I'm going to mana drain that.
If I know Nelson, he's got a second power spell. So we're going to bait that out. I'll pay 2 mana. I will cast Saw counter target spell.
Okay.
What a shock.
I will
Fucking weird, that.
7 blue for a counter spell.
Jesus fuck.
Okay. We got it.
Dude, 11 creatures
I
and an
know.
extra turn. Like,
No,
one's
I've got-
blaming you except Chris.
I've got nothing. I've got nothing.
You're the
left.
hero here.
I've got
Yeah.
nothing left now.
So anyway, I cast something from not my hand. So I can do something that costs 3 or less. I will cast this Ancestral Vision.
What did you pay for? Oh, just a
No,
CMC.
it's
So it's
yeah.
4, right?
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I draw 3 cards.
Well, wasn't that mana drain countered?
Yeah, but it's a cast trigger from casting this from exile. For my
No,
counter.
I'm talking about the mana from mana drain.
But I countered his counter, so his spell never hit mine.
Okay.
Yep.
There's too many layers.
I followed.
Okay.
Layers aren't involved.
That's right. I still get it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I would have done that so different.
If I had known.
Sorry. You countered his counter that was countering your counter.
Correct.
That's why I was a little...
Sorry.
Forgive me.
I countered the counter.
When he countered your counter. No, I countered his counter to the counter.
Fucking dick shit. All right. I was putting this off, but I can't anymore.
God, I don't have any counter spells left, guys.
It's fine.
It's
It's just gonna paint a big ass target on me. Coveted Jewel.
Oh,
No.
I counted
I kind of want that.
that.
Yeah.
I covered
See,
that.
there it
Oh, I need
is.
a
There
sword.
it is. When it enters the battlefield, I draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3.
Does it also destroy target Hushbringer? Because
Nope.
that'd be fucking sweet.
I
if
can
did.
tap it to add 3 mana of any one color. Whenever one or more creatures an opponent controls attacks me and aren't blocked, that player draws 3 cards and gains control of Coveted Jewel. Untap it.
One or more?
Yep.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
Loran is one or more. The third path might be to that jewel.
Behemothly sledging her way through.
I mean, perhaps.
I'm going to cycle Lonely Sandbar to draw a card. Alright. Alright.
Protect target jewel.
The family jewels must be kept safe.
Alright. I'm going to tap Coveted Jewel for 3 mana. Tap Cavern of Souls for a blue mana. I'm going to cast Orvar the Allform.
This is where shit starts going sideways.
In response,
Yep.
I'm going to cast Silence. So you have your Orvar on the stack.
Yep.
My opponents can't cast spells this turn. So now do your tricks.
I'm going to counter that with
Okay.
Flusterstorm, unless you pay 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I'm out.
Okay.
I tried. Did you put that back in your hand?
What?
Flusterstorm?
No, it's right
No,
here.
it's right
Okay.
here.
I saw you like flip it back in. Like, fucking.
No. Land for turn.
Flusterstorm.
Mystic Sanctuary.
There it is.
When it enters untapped, I can put an instant or sorcery card from my graveyard on top of my library. Crystal Spray. I'm going to cast Twitch, targeting Coveted Jewel. I can tap or untap target artifact, creature, or land. I will untap Coveted Jewel.
Creating a copy of it.
Correct. I draw a card. Because of Orvar, I will get another one. I will draw 3 more.
Guys, I tried.
Yep. Oh, we lose now.
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
You got a Sphinx, right?
You have any flyers or reachers over there?
I will tap that jewel to cast Crystal Spray, targeting Mystic Sanctuary.
In response,
Yes.
Nelson and I draw a card.
All right.
Okay. Nelson, did I give you something for your 2 Is It Signets to work with?
Nope.
Well, I tried again.
All right. I will draw a card.
Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh does us no good here.
I get to the Mystic Sanctuary. I will return Twitch to my hand.
Untapping Lauren.
Why?
So Schnell can we can draw again.
Because you're a good friend.
I will tap Coveted Jewel to cast Twitch, targeting Coveted Jewel. Untap, get another one. I will draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Will this do it?
Fuckers burned 4 counterspells.
I have one.
I didn't want him to get an extra turn on
Yeah,
11
I know,
creatures.
I know.
Kind of forgot Orvar was just fucking playing by
I'm
himself
sorry.
over here.
He countered me. That was one of the counterspells.
That's true.
And then,
He could be a man and
This
counter
should do
himself.
yeah.
This should do it. Oh, tap any. No, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Oh, he's about to demonstrate a loot, boys. Or something.
Tap that for 6. Spend 4 of it to cast Mind Games with buyback. Tap target artifact, creature, or land. I'm going to tap a Coveted Jewel. Get a Coveted Jewel. That goes back to my hand. Three.
It's a 5.
4.
Maybe if we keep talking, he'll fuck up.
Yeah,
Oh no, that gets me. That gets. No, I'm right. 4. Mind Games targeting a Coveted Jewel. Get one with the buyback. Draw 3.
What a ridiculous deck. I wish I had thought of it.
I have something
This-
similar, but it's not as stupid powerful. It's just silly shenanigans. I use bullshittery to make more.
Orvars.
No, because he's legendary.
Change.
I make more.
That's gonna draw me my
advisors to
deck.
people.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Now, how do I win? I need a non.
You're embarrassing me in front of the fairies.
I'm embarrassing myself. I'm embarrassed. I can cast Winds of Volrath with buyback, targeting a Coveted Jewel to get a Coveted Jewel to draw 3 cards. And I can draw 3 cards and create untap those. So draw 1, draw 2, draw 3. Here's where things go cool.
Because they've been pretty shitty on
That-
this one.
Yeah, right. Boy, glad I'm not you.
Sapphire Medallion. Blue spells cost 1 less to cast, so now I can buy back for 1 instead of 2.
Okay, so now you're netting mana and cards.
Tap that, Winds of Volrath, targeting that. Yep. Get a new one. Draw 1, draw 2, draw 3. then I can...
And we all were just joking about the coveted jewel.
Yeah.
Not expect him to go off this turn.
You didn't see how many. I was gonna silence at his upkeep, but I'm like, nah, he hasn't done much yet this game.
I'm going to... No, I need to do this
Is
first.
this all with silence on the stack?
No,
No,
countered
no, I
it.
countered
that's right,
He
he
countered
countered
it
it.
and
Okay, yeah.
flusterstormed it.
That's right.
Sorry,
Sorry, so much has happened. I
I
forgot.
know. He countered it, asshole.
Tap that for 3. 2 blue. Targeting Sapphire Medallion.
If this
Now Winds of
was
Rolvrath only costs
like a
1.
Kismet or something where his artifacts also came into play.
Oh yeah, that would stop it.
Yeah,
Why don't you run Kismet?
1.
I think I might.
Coveted Jewel.
In that
Draws
deck?
me 3. 1,
Nice.
2.
This deck doesn't care
3.
about things coming in untapped. Like I don't run hardly any enchantments or artifacts in this deck.
So now I
If
have...
it gets back to me, I'm gonna Austin
That's what
command
this deck wants.
and board wipe artifacts.
No, my map token. So it happens. You don't use it, you lose it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to...
Just throw away the cards
Spend
that you
that.
can't use anymore this turn.
Winds of Volrath, targeting Mystic Sanctuary. Get that. Return Twitch to my hand. Now I can...
Extra.
I feel like I'm watching a Hamel.
Twitch a coveted jewel. Untapping it, getting me a coveted jewel. Drawing 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What draws 4?
Twitch draws me a card.
Oh,
Coveted
okay.
jewel draws
Gotcha.
me 3 more.
Nelson, you got 2 mana. Quick, sacrifice my stone and exile his graveyard.
What do you think? Should we knock out our post-game interviews while
Again.
We might do that. So where we left off, I'm pretty sure Tej had this one.
Winds of Volrath, a Mystic Sanctuary. That's going to enter untapped. That's going to get me my Twitch back. That's going to come back.
Making up for all the time he didn't have to play turns last game when he got sphinxed out of it.
Two games in a row where blue just out of nowhere goes, you know what, guys? Let's just call it.
Tap that for another coveted jewel. Draw 4. Draw 1, draw 2. Draw 3, draw
Blue
4.
decides you guys don't get to play anymore.
Oh yeah. Yep. That tracks.
Yeah. Why did he delay my rule of law? That really would have helped us.
Winds of Volrath. Who's it? I actually think of Winds of Volrath.
That should have tipped me off as well.
Mystic
I should have
Sanctuary.
I
That's
should
what it
have
is.
countered his counter spell there.
And
But
Mystic Sanctuary is
obviously,
Winds,
yeah,
and I'm
well,
twitching.
Well, now he does, for sure.
Return.
I didn't want the rule of law. I would have countered it, not thinking he was looking to
Twitch.
cast spells. Because I wanted to play cards too, so I would have countered it
Untap.
if he did.
I was hoping to knock him out on that extra turn.
Get 1,
Didn't
draw
work out that
1,
way.
draw 2, draw 3, draw 4.
We should go back. I'm
Yeah.
sorry I did that
Let's-
to you. Let's go back.
It's okay.
I do feel like I bring up a lot the fact that you guys will sometimes waste a lot of resources
Yep.
and answers when it's usually a minor thing.
4.
It is something that I have.
I don't have a board state, and he was going to get 11 creatures and another turn. I didn't know what that could possibly mean for me. So,
2.
I mean, that's reasonable.
Winds of Volrath.
but the problem is I forgot who sits
Get
to
a
my
whim.
right and what he's playing right now.
Yeah.
Return that.
Yeah, I have thought.
Is anybody
more
fucking
and more
checking this guy?
No,
I tuned out.
Yeah.
Like when you were attacking with the Hydra and it was like going to be 5.
Tap that for 3.
Yeah, I was
spend
just going to
1.
take that.
Yeah.
But then
Twitch.
double again.
Well,
9 was different.
slightly more than double.
Get 1. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So, would
All
the
right.
game have played out any differently had you had removal and 5 less life? Or 9 less life? Because you're at 47 now,
Yeah.
so you would have been at
Tap that.
38.
Solve the equation. I'm going to search for my library for an instant or sorcery, put it into my hand.
Fail to find.
It was going to be there eventually anyway.
Temporal manipulation. Now I should be able to close out the game because all you fuckers are tapped out.
Yep.
Oh, I left.
I'm not tapped out.
Nelson has 2 left, or two mana.
I can use
Oh.
my bluffs to activate a secret,
Alright.
so I got 2 mana.
Well, here's the thing.
I
Would you
think
like
it's
to
the other
cut?
way around.
I would
but
love to
yes.
All right.
I think you can use a signet to activate your bluffs.
I have infinite mana. I've just been spending it to try
No,
to
I
bounce
have to
things
use the
back and
colorless.
forth.
Yep.
to turn
With-
this on.
Oh, okay. To get okay, gotcha.
My infinite mana, I can play
I forgot that they tap for colors. I thought you had to put mana.
Yeah.
Spectral
mana into
Arcanist.
Yeah, colored mana into it to filter.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you, Teach.
So that's
I
fine.
gotcha.
I can copy that infinite number of times. Temporal manipulation, take an extra turn, go to combat, swing out.
I can't interrupt that.
You went to combat and swung out. I block with a tap, Lauren.
Okay.
You need Machiko Kondo to be able to do that. Oh, no, it's Masako the Humorless allows you.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, we did it. I got there with a win. It might not feel deserved by my opponents, but I feel like I deserved it. Orvar the All Form is a very combo-heavy deck at its core, and that's how I won the game, through a combo. A lot of times when I start comboing off, I get quiet or don't announce things or forget that I'm on camera and there are people watching who might not know what's happening, so I just kind of shortcut everything. So I'm going to I did take a shortcut that I forgot to tell everybody at the table, but it wouldn't have mattered, so I'm just going to spell it out here. So I was drawing nothing to fuel the combo throughout the entire game. I had a coveted jewel in my hand that I drew very early on. When it enters the battlefield, I draw 3 cards. I can tap it for 3 mana of any one color. But the downside is, whenever one or more creatures an opponent controls attacks me and isn't blocked, that player draws 3 cards and gets control of the coveted jewel. So I was kind of wasting time a little bit, and in the end, when I cast it solely to draw cards, and then I drew into the very cards that I needed to win the game. So I didn't want to play it any earlier than I did because I was afraid of people attacking me and taking my jewel, and then there's nothing I can do about it. But the coveted jewel came out, so then I played Orvar, who says whenever I cast something, an instant or sorcery that targets one or more other permanents I control, I create a token that's a copy of one of those permanents. So I was able to cast Twitch, an instant, for 3 mana using the mana from Coveted Jewel. I can tap or untap an artifact, creature, or land and draw a card. So I untap my Coveted Jewel, getting me 3 mana. I'm drawing a card, and then Orvar is creating a copy of the Coveted Jewel. So the copy comes in, and I draw 3 more cards. And now I have 2 Coveted Jewels that are tapping for 6 mana, 3 mana each. I was then able to, for my land for turn, play Mystic Sanctuary. It enters the battlefield tapped unless I control 3 or more other islands. I had plenty of islands, so it entered untapped. When it enters the battlefield untapped, I can put an instant or sorcery card from my graveyard on top of my library. And here's where the shortcutting kind of came into play. So I can cast Crystal Spray, change the text of target spell or permanent by replacing all instances of one color word or basic land type with another until end of turn. The important thing about the cards in this deck, like Crystal Spray, the target only has to be a spell or a permanent. The rest of the effect doesn't matter. They don't have to have a color word, or they don't have to have a basic land type. That doesn't matter. It's just target permanent. So I can target a permanent and then I draw a card. I can target one of my Coveted Jewels. I can target my Mystic Sanctuary, each time targeting something, creating a token that's a copy of whatever I'm targeting. But I need to get the... I skipped one. I need to get the... one of the targets to be a Mystic Sanctuary so I can put something back on top of my library. I think I missed a bunch. No, just the one. I can put the Twitch back on top of my library, and then when the other piece of the puzzle that I didn't pull out and I'm going to grab now is Winds of Volrath, which costs 1 blue and 2 colors for buyback. So I can basically tap a Coveted Jewel to make a token copy of Coveted Jewel untapped, draw 3 cards, getting the Crystal Spray back into my hand, casting Crystal Spray, getting something else. Again, alternating between the Coveting Jewels and the Mystic Sanctuary, so I continue putting things on top of my library until I eventually drew into Sapphire Medallion. Blue spells I cast cost 1 less to cast. I make a copy of the Sapphire Medallion, then suddenly my Winds of Volrath only costs 1 blue to cast, so I can tap a Coveted Jewel for 3 mana, spend 1 of it to cast the Winds of Volrath with buyback, putting it back into my hand. The thing that I kind of shortcutted, because I was going to draw my entire library, the one thing I had left in my hand that I didn't actually play, but it was there, is the High Tide. Until end of turn, all islands produce an additional blue when tapped for mana. That is what's going to put me over the edge, where my Mystic Sanctuaries are going to start tapping for 2 each, and then suddenly for 3 each. And with all of my blue spells being reduced by 2 mana, I'm tapping a Mystic Sanctuary for 3 blue, or getting a 4th High Tide. They tap for 4 blue. Then I spend 3 of it for Winds of Volrath, buyback, untap it, and then that way I'm netting mana every turn. And with netting mana every turn, I can draw my entire library. I drew into a Solve the Equation, which tutored the extra turn back into my hand, and then I had this Spectral Arcanist in my hand, and the only reason that I focused on that one is because it was the only creature that I had in my hand. The ability is pretty cool. When it enters the battlefield, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value less than or equal to the number of spirits you control from a graveyard. If it would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. So Spectral Arcanist will let me cast things from my graveyard if I need to. More importantly, it's a non-legendary creature with flying. I have the infinite mana to constantly target it, make an infinite number of tokens with it, then play the Temporal Manipulation to get an extra turn, and then they don't have Summoning Sickness, and then I attack out for the win. So that's what happened. I tried to spell it out here a little bit more clearly than I did in the video. I hope I succeeded. Anyway, back to the whole game. I had a very slow start. I wasn't finding the pieces I needed to assemble the combo. I was wide open. I played a couple cards sub-optimally simply to draw into more things to get what I needed. But quite honestly, the game didn't really turn over for me until I played the Coveted Jewel as a Hail Mary, and it succeeded. It came through for me, and that's how I won this game. Schnell's deck, his Cat Barf Cat deck, what a cool deck. We played that not too long ago. That's one of those that there's a lot of words on that card that basically says his creatures are gonna get bigger, and get bigger they did. And we kind of fell into a little bit of a spot here where Tej wasn't doing so much, everyone else was doing stuff. Should we spread out the love? We spread out the love. Look what happened. So it wasn't... I could have gotten taken out at any point by anybody up until that Coveted Jewel play. But the Schnell's Cat deck is very strong. We've seen it grow very big and very scary. And that's a fun deck to play against. I'm glad he knows how his card works, because at a certain point I stopped listening to what the card says and I just hope he's telling us the truth. We had... I already forgot what Nelson was playing. Yes. What was Nelson playing?
Saheeli.
Saheeli. Oh, it's Saheeli. Classic Saheeli. classic Saheeli deck. That deck is super scary.
So memorable.
So it's memorable. The games in the past are memorable. What it was doing tonight, quite honestly, I was just trying to think through the cards I had in my hand and what was in the deck and what I needed to do something, that I wasn't really focusing on what everybody else was doing. Except for Chris. Chris's Kellan the Kid deck really interests me. Bant Fairies is a good build around deck idea, and I have a soft spot for Kellan the Kid personally. I run Kellan the Kid in my Ramos Cascade deck, and Kellan does a lot of good stuff in that deck, so I'm excited every time Chris brings out this deck of his. So overall, it was a classic come from behind win from nowhere from Tej. But listen, I gotta get my stats up, so I'm gonna take my wins any way that I can.
So Saheeli came back tonight. This deck, I really like it. It's got a special place in my heart. It's a goofy glass cannon, but when it works, it's great. When it doesn't, it just kind of dirtles and does shit. The Impact Tremors was immediately turned off by the Hushbringer that was then played, which also shut down my, Mirror Works. So that I couldn't, my thought was, well, if I can get another Foundry Inspector, I can get the Izzet Signet in for free then, and then if I wanted to, I could double that, and we could kind of get some stuff going. What I was really trying to do before getting Saheeli back was buffing up the artifact count on my board, because I wanted to have at least one big dumb spell that I knew she probably wouldn't stick around for long. I had no flyers, so I was waiting to draw into something big, which I did have the Emrakul, so I could cheat that out for very cheap or even free if I could get enough artifacts out, but the Hushbringer slowed me down. I also just didn't find anything that helps me with card draw in the game, which was kind of a bummer. I had peeled an Emrakul. That was my next play between the Storm the Vault that flipped, giving me blue mana for all my artifacts, which I think at that point I had 7 or 8 of them on the board, so I would have had mana from that. And then there was the Mana Drain mana that ended up coming out that was sitting up there too. It was going to be a really, really cheap Emrakul. My original plan was to play Saheeli and then use her to discount the Emrakul and then just pay for it with the flipped Storm the Vault, but the Mana Drain mana would have just made more sense to use that and cast it for like 3 or whatever it would have been at that time. And then I was debating whether or not I wanted to take Schnell's turn or Tej's turn, because with Schnell I thought, well, Tej doesn't have any blockers out. I could try to stop him before he, I could use Schnell's turn, and then Schnell would have another turn to try and get Tej out before the next cycle. But unfortunately, we were just one turn late, to really shut him down. The other thought was I could have taken his turn just to see what was in his hand. Maybe he had something that I could have, played and then maybe burned a counter spell or something like that in his hand to just counter the spell that I played by him. So I had some thoughts about how I wanted to handle that, but never got back to me. So Saheeli just kind of dirtled tonight, and like I said, the deck's a glass cannon. It can hum and do some stuff, pretty synergistically, but if I'm not drawing well or able to do some of the other things that help with efficiency, the deck just kind of spins its wheels, like we saw it do. I'm not sure that I've ever seen the Cat deck or Kellan the Kid, so whenever those decks have been played, must have been nights that I wasn't available to play, so it was cool to see him. That Cat deck is terrifying. The reason when Schnell cast the Behemoth Sledge, I really thought about, so I had a counter spell in my opening hand and then soon after drew the Mana Drain. So I had both of them in my hand at that time, and I knew the Sledge was going to be trouble, but I thought maybe somebody else might have, Chris playing Bant colors, maybe there'd be some artifact removal, and I may need the counter spells for something that couldn't be interacted with in a certain way, or like a big, Chris was going to try to take an extra turn and make 11 tokens. So it seemed like a good time to counter that. And then we got to do a bit of a counter war, which was another thing that helped Tej win. It was just a very interesting game. The lines were kind of all over the place, and it was a good game. It was a fun game. But my deck personally just kind of dirtled around. Orvar is one of those decks where all he needs is, I say, all he needs is one turn without interaction, which is, tough to come by in EDH, especially when you've got 3 opponents all playing blue. It's pretty, it's hard to peel off some sort of chain of spells without having that interrupted. But by that point, all of our resources had already been spent. So Orvar took it down. But it was a good game. Saheeli, like I said, special place in my heart. This deck's going to stay together for a good long while. It'll probably be a while before I bring her back, but we'll see her soon.
This was kind of an interesting game insofar as that Schnell's cat deck and my deck were the only two that really seemed like they were doing much to the board. But ultimately, that didn't matter. We were trading attacks. Some were going towards Nelson because he was pretty open for most of the game. Tej was wide open the whole game. And ultimately, that's kind of what made it hard to deal with Tej. It's not like he was putting out pieces that we could interact with and keep him in check. He went from lands and a couple mana rocks to the win with no board state. And if you don't have the instant speed removal up, and we had some but not enough, he just that Orvar deck is just capable of going from literally no board state to the win, and it can be hard to interact with something like that. Which, if you haven't watched too many of our episodes, sometimes it may seem like we pick on Tej, but that's because a lot of his decks are very, very capable of doing this exact thing. He doesn't typically take out one player at a time. It's usually, okay, develop my game plan to a point where I can just win on this turn. And we don't always know when that point is coming. And he does that more than the other three of us do. Nelson does it to an extent as well, but it's usually Tej's strategy. So there are times where we're just okay, we don't know when exactly Tej is going to go off, so we just need to eliminate him now. And it feels bad in the moment, but then you get reminders like this. Yep, that's right. That's why we do it, because that guy is an absolute monster. He builds these decks that are just, if you don't take him out, it almost feels like there's an inevitability to them. They're just so honed. I am in awe of how he constructs these deck lists. I can put some synergies together, but nothing quite like Tej is capable of. I love his decks. Saheeli, that deck has frustrated the hell out of me in the past. That thing is an absolute monster. It just throws around haymakers. But that deck was kind of kept in check tonight. Schnell's cat deck with the counters. If left unmolested, that deck could absolutely put hurt on people. Doubling power each turn is absolutely no joke. Exponential damage is going to get the job done. Thankfully, I had some removal, but ultimately it didn't matter. I could have taken that damage and then just lost to Tej anyway. But you just don't know. Hindsight being 20/20 and all, you never know exactly what's the right play. Creature removal, it was a settle the wreckage I had, which would not have really helped too much with Orvar anyway. By the time that he got to that board state, he had half his deck in his hand. Nothing was going to get through anyway. I love watching Tej's decks do what they do. They're all masterpieces.
The Sovereign, my kitty cat deck, which again, it's not really cat tribal, but it's easier to say cat deck versus Sovereign. And that deck, it's trying to spark a balance between oppressive permanents that slow down gameplay and powerful offense to actually shut out a game. Because usually I just lean into all of one strategy with no backup plan or anything like that. So initially it would be, I'm going to slow down the game to a crawl, and then maybe I guess I'm going to try and win the game at some point through some means. So I'm trying to find a healthy balance between all gas, no brakes, and all brakes, no gas. But so far, the deck feels like it's doing a pretty decent job. I tried to stop Tej at the most opportune time that I could with the best spell that I had, and it wasn't good enough. I half joke, half, hey, maybe we should think about things. When I pointed out that the number of counter spells thrown around haphazardly earlier in the game might have affected board states, yes, but not necessarily affected game outcome. And sometimes that's a level of threat assessment that I feel like we don't necessarily do well because we know each other enough that we take things personally when we shouldn't, or we view things as slights that we could stop rather than, again, do you want to let somebody take an extra turn and swing for 11 damage? Yeah, Chris might have been able to take out a player. I don't think he could have taken Nelson out. I don't think he could have taken me out. Probably could have taken Tej out with that. So not necessarily the easiest judgment calls to make, but sometimes you just have to go, hang on, I need to do some quick mental math, some thinky thinks, and try and figure out if, yeah, maybe I'll just let him do it and he'll knock me down, but then I have more resources to stop his, killing stroke later. Nelson's Saheeli deck is a deck that I probably have some version of in my pile of many, well, I have my own Saheeli, but it's a different one. I love blue-red artifacts. I know exactly what he's going for, and I approve when I'm the one doing it. I felt real bad for him when his impact tremors got shut off immediately. Mirrorworks couldn't copy some of the cool artifact creature ETBs that he wanted to do. So it was a very abusive board state that he couldn't really take advantage of. And as mentioned, Orvar is great. Tej out of nowhere from the top rope with the chainsaw. Absolutely ridiculous. Overall, though, it wasn't a feels bad win. It's well deserved. Sometimes blue just does that out of nowhere, whether it be mono blue or blue mixed in. White green didn't have a come out of nowhere victory, didn't have a come out of nowhere answer, but we'll try again next time. And I hope you watch that next time by liking and subscribing. Please and thank you.